Hi. Okay, she said I know.
My dogs are so loud because Joey just walked in. Or my dog. This one's fine.
My dogs ate each other in the yard today, and 2 of them came in the house bleeding, so.
That's not friendly.
No, they're so mean to each other.
Trace, how was practice? Was everybody there?
Yeah. No,
Who was there?
I'm eating pizza.
10-year-old and her sister.
Oh, so 4 total? Well, I mean,
I'm
there's
supposed
just
to start my diet tomorrow because I'm officially at 160 days until my wedding.
Sorry.
I don't understand why it's not.
So do you have like weekly goals for how much you want to lose each week to be on track?
Well,
Not a bad start here.
like 1 to 2 pounds a week, I would be good.
Yeah.
Like
Are
that's.
we talking about weight loss while you're eating?
While I'm eating pizza.
That's
Okay.
All right. So, I'm recording this too.
No.
Hi.
You can trim it when you upload it on YouTube because I do that all the time.
Oh, okay. I'm like awkwardly like, oh, I'm eating pizza over here and I gotta go lose weight for my wedding. Fine, I'm gonna have some fat fighters with this.
Marketing.
Okay, so the girls that are on here right now, we did a contest last month. And you either had to get 1 distributor or 2 loyal customers for an entry, and we had 48 entries, which was super exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was the 2 top entry earners, and then I did like a random drawing for a couple more girls to get on. So everyone's really excited, and I'm just gonna like jump right into the questions. Like everyone knows who you guys are, and they're excited, and so I'm just gonna jump right into the questions. So the first question is for Ashley. I want to know how Ashley time manages her business with her family.
Well, I mean, there's no such thing as like true balance. Joey's trying to help me. Sorry. There's no such thing as true balance. And if you are balanced, then you're not like working hard enough on whatever. For me, I feel like that, I mean, it's all about priorities. Like, do you get your dishes done at night? Do you watch your favorite show? Do you do your laundry? Do you, shower? Yeah, because that's a priority to you. So you just have to have your business as a priority within your family and your daily duties with that. And then your business will take off because you are making sure, hey, I'm posting, following, messaging, following up, interacting. I'm doing the 5 things I need to be doing every single day. And I'm living my life while doing it. Now, my family will always, always, always take priority over my business, but my business has to take priority over a lot of other things. Otherwise, the reason I started this business for my family, it's not going to work out. Like, you have to have your business as a priority too.
And I know when you first started building, so correct me if I'm wrong here, but you didn't like reach out, like do cold messaging, right?
No.
Right. So did you build through wrap parties, or did you just build relationships for a while and then talk about the business and products?
I got to Ambassador with just people messaging me. I had never messaged people like at random at that point. I do think that it's different now. I'm not telling people, no, don't message, don't talk to people, because I think it's different. We have to evolve with business. But no, I would just post. I would follow. I would I would follow up with people that asked me questions, and it just came to me at those points. But I mean, I went Ambassador almost 2 years ago now. Like, it's been that long. Things are just so different now than they were 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
So when do you message now?
Yes, I do message now. I do it in a way that makes me feel good, because if you're not feeling good about what you're doing, then you might as well not be doing it, right? So I send a message that I like, that I feel like is me, and I message it to people that I legitimately would want in my business. And I switch it up. Like, if they're a mom or a student, I'll say different things. And I'll just message people that literally I follow, and I'm like, dude, I want this person on my team. Those are so scary.
So those are like the people that you reach out to, like, I have to have this girl on my team.
Right. And you know what? And they ignore that. I mean, just like everybody else, you get ignored more times than you get answered. But then they watch you and they come back later, and that's when they really join. What? Yes, ma'am. Mom duties, y'all. This is how you prioritize family and business.
What is
Get them together.
Oh, an ice pop.
No excuses, you guys. No excuses.
Look at you.
Look at you.
Hi. She's
say
so
hi?
big.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have such baby fever.
Just do it. After the wedding.
Babies and puppies. Like, I just want them all. We went to Petco yesterday and they were doing like the shot clinic thing, and there were so many puppies, and I was like touching people's dogs. I'm like, I'm gonna take your puppy home with me.
No.
Like, I should probably ask you.
I'd rather have a baby than a puppy.
Well, we have 3 and 3, and Jamie's like, well, we have enough dogs. 3's enough. I'm like, well, we have 3 kids, so is that enough then? And he was just like, yeah. I was like, I got you there. All right. I would love to hear more about how Sarah gets distributors. Like, I'm struggling with converting a PDT into a DT.
So I do the same thing that everybody else does and that everybody says to do. I post my 3-3 rule. I message people. I follow up. And I'm always I only use Facebook and Instagram. But I just make sure that my posts are all, like, I never let myself go through the motions. If I catch myself where I'm just posting to post just to get it out there and I'm not putting any feeling into it, and I don't feel excited reading my post back before I post it, or I don't feel emotional reading it back, then I know I'm going through the motions, and those are the months where I have way less enrollments. And then same thing, like Ashley said, I mean, I cold message, and I always have, but I make sure that it's a message that I would want to receive. So I do something that usually starts with a compliment, and I try to make it seem like, hey, like, just no pressure. I just wanted to bring this up as an option for you. I don't know if you'd be interested. But, you know, I keep seeing you come up on my page, and I think that you would be really, really amazing at what I do. Would you be interested in making some extra money from your phone? And I just keep it super vague. I don't say anything about it works. I don't say anything about a $10,000 bonus. I don't say anything about any specific amount monthly or anything. I just keep it really general, and people message back that they're interested. And like Ashley said too, you know, out of maybe if I message 100 people, I might get 15 who respond, and the other 85 view the message. And, you know, over the next few months, I'll all of a sudden start seeing them liking my posts, or I will see them responding to my messages then, like, hey, sorry I never messaged you back, but I've been watching you now and I'd like to hear more about it. And then I mean, if you guys see me signing distributors, 99% of them have been watching me for over a year. So
Sarah, are you bouncing on a ball right now? Okay, you were just like kind of moving weird. I was like, is she bouncing on a ball?
I'm on a yoga ball.
All right, sorry, keep going. I'm taking notes. Keep going.
So yeah, the distributors that I'm signing now are people who have been watching a couple of them are people who I reached out to just in the past couple of weeks or couple of months on Instagram or Facebook. But most of these distributors that I'm signing are people who have been watching me for a year and like ignoring me for a year. Like, we talked, they were interested, they were supposed to sign up, they didn't sign up, and I followed up month after month. And you can see in our conversations, it's just blue message, blue message, blue message, blue message from me, and them ignoring me. And then usually what ends up happening is all of a sudden they'll just see one of my posts and it'll hit them at the right moment when all of a sudden they do have $99 to spare. And they'll reach out to me and they're like, that's it, I'm sick of watching, I'm ready to do this, and they join.
So I'm just going to kind of go off of that, because I know the girl who asked this question is probably wondering. So she's new. She just got started last month. She enrolled 2 distributors last month and like 10 or 11 loyal customers. Like she was like
Really
she's
good.
killing it with customers, but she wants to go after this the diamond bonus. Like she wants the go fast bonus. So like when you were building from starting to, or even like from when you were going from ruby and then you like went diamond and then you went double and triple all in 1 month, and that was closer to, you know, when you first started where people weren't watching you maybe for a year. How were you getting those distributors?
So when I was new, you know, I actually struggled with distributors for my first few months. And I think it was a couple of things. You know, I didn't really believe in myself. I didn't know, like, I didn't feel like if people joined with me that I would be awesome at helping them get started. So what really changed it for me was when I watched The Secret. I watched The Secret and I thought it was super cheesy, but I was like, whatever, if this seriously works and all these people are saying that it works, then I'm going to just go for it. And I just started working the law of attraction and just putting out these positive, excited vibes all the time. And all of my posts, every time I posted it, I'm like, people are going to see this post and they're going to be like, I need to join this girl's team because she's awesome and she's an amazing leader and she's going places with this. So I just kept telling myself that every day, like, okay, people are coming to me. I am enrolling distributors like crazy. God is putting my posts in front of the people who need to see this stuff. He's putting the words in my mouth that I need to say so that my posts come out the way that they're supposed to. And I was just super excited. I posted for, you know, months that I was going to be a diamond leader, that I was going to be making $2,000 a month, that I was going to be earning this bonus, that I was helping people do this with me and make incredible incomes from their phones. Even before I signed a distributor, I was talking about the people that I was helping, not as a lie, but as a, you know, something that I wanted to manifest. So I think that when you're new, that's something that you really have to do is you have to, we say fake it till you make it. And that just means like, even if you don't 100% know that you are going to be a diamond, that you're going to earn a bonus, that you're going to make a full-time income from your phone, that you're going to be an amazing leader, you put that out there every single day and people are going to be attracted to that.
I love that.
Very perfect.
Secret is so important.
Agreed.
I was taking notes while you were speaking. I'm not a note taker either.
I'll get you guys a recording of this after, but we were talking about The Secret last night because Jade did that live video and it was so funny because I was telling my girls, I've been like so scared of triple lately. I don't know why. I was like so pumped up for it when I came back from conference, and like last month I was like, oh my God, it's so far away. So I've had like other charts hanging over my triple chart, and last night I was like, no, like screw this. I'm freaking going triple. I'm redoing my chart. I'm taking off the people that aren't working. And as I was hanging it back up on my wall, I have like a huge one that I got blown up and laminated at Staples. Jade posted and was like, I'm about to go live about something. And I was like watching her video. I'm like, oh my God, like this came at the perfect time. And I was telling all the girls that they needed to go watch The Secret. So that's what we've been talking about, making dream boards and stuff. So.
I was reading the How to Become a Badass book. I can never remember the title. Okay. And
wait,
in it,
How to Become a Badass, or You Are a Badass?
Yeah, You Are a Badass.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay. How to Become a Badass.
Guys. Whatever. But anyways, in it, she's talking about the secrets in a scientific matter. And it like blew my mind. I'm not green. Like I hate science. I really just do. But she was talking about how like everything you do puts off waves, right? So like you move, it puts off waves. You think, it puts off energy, waves of energy into the world. And this is like legit. And like attracts like. And she's like, when you put off waves of like not believing in yourself and discouragement, anything like that, it's going to attract the same waves back into your life. I was like, holy crap, like The Secret, like I believe in The Secret, but then they put it in a scientific way and it blew my mind.
It's so
like it's literally scientifically proven that what you think you get back. What? And I'm not green. Like I don't
so crazy.
Yeah. Well, and like even if you can't wrap your mind around The Secret, it makes so much sense to me because when people say when it rains, it pours, You know, and it's because when one bad thing happens, you let it affect you.
And then
And
it's
you
like a spiral.
you continue on that negative streak, and it's just bringing more negative to you. And it's about how you're responding to the things that are happening to you and how the things are responding back. And you can do the same thing with positive. Like you can just feel like you're on top of the world and everything's going right for you. And it's because of that vibe that you're putting out there.
It's so exciting now that it really makes sense. No, whoever's doing that, it's too loud. Right.
Okay.
No.
Does Sarah always message for distributors? And if they respond and say no, do you try to flip them to a loyal customer?
So I message for whatever I need. So every month at the beginning of the month, I print out the steps to success. And, you know, to begin with, it was just my goal to get it done once. And once I was getting it done once a month, then I was just upping my goal to doing it more than once a month. So I print out the steps to success, and I usually go for step 3 first. So I try to get the distributors first, and then I go for the loyal customers. So I message, like I said, I message based on what I need. So if I need distributors, I'm sending out a distributor cold message, and I'm following up with distributors, and I'm trying to get those distributors in. And once I get those 3 distributors, then I switch my focus and I message for loyal customers. Because at the end of the day, when I'm cold messaging, if I message somebody about the business and they're not interested in it, they're still going to start watching me. They're going to be watching my posts. They're going to see my 3 product posts a day and my 3 business posts a day. And if they end up not being interested in the business, but they're interested in the products, then I've still planted that seed, and they're going to come to me and they're going to mention the products instead. And I've had the same thing happen with, you know, cold messaging for loyal customers. I have a rock star on my team right now who initially I had cold messaged about, I think I cold messaged her about the business. She said no. We were talking about the products, and she was in the process of signing up as a loyal customer. And then she was like, well, actually, I've been watching more of your posts about the business. Can you tell me more about that? And we started talking about that, and she's like, okay, well, I'll just order the products as a distributor then. And she got signed up as a distributor that day, and she's done totally awesome. So people are going to decide what they want to do for themselves. So I just put the message out there for whatever I need, and I let them choose.
You don't have to.
All right. This is just like a general question. I'm having a hard time getting distributors. I would love to hear what some of the best messages are to get people to follow through with becoming a distributor. Like, I think she's looking for like a good follow-up method, because we all know like the fortunes in the follow-up, but there's like that little bit of wording that if you just change your wording a little bit one way or the other, it's going to make people either ready to enroll or not ready to enroll. Do you guys have any like specific follow-up tips that work well for you?
I feel like there's no magic way to like make them sign up on the spot. Like, this is how I feel. I feel like they're going to sign up if you're continuously posting to them. Okay. So like, I like to post to people. Somebody messages me. They're like, look, I just don't have the $99. I'm in between jobs. I'm going to start posting about how, this is perfect for people who are in between jobs, or this is, you know, I'm posting to them and they're watching it and then following up. So I just think that the combination of continuing to post, be consistent, and follow up with them, they're going to watch and want it. But you also have to be very confident in what you're saying to them. So not like, hey girl, I was kind of just wondering, you know, were you still like thinking about doing something like this? No, like, don't dilly-dwaddle around, like, know what you're messaging them about. Hey girl, were you still interested? I'd love to have you on my team or something. Like, just be confident. Just know like what you want and just go for it.
Yeah.
Sarah's probably better at this. She's better at words than me.
No, I feel the same exact way. Like, there's no perfect follow-up message. It's just about continuing to keep yourself at the front of somebody's mind.
Right.
So every time I'm sending a follow-up, I'm not even emotionally attached to it. Like, I just am trying to talk to as many people as possible. I'm trying to get as many people on my potential distributors list as possible, because I know that the more people that are on that list, the more people I have to follow up with, the more people I have watching my posts. And they're going to join, you know, people from this pool are going to join when the time is right for them, or when I put a post out that speaks to them. So I do the same thing. I try to word my posts to reach a specific person or to address a specific fear or a specific doubt that somebody has. And yeah, the most common problems are not having the money, worried they're going to fail at this, worried that their friends and family aren't going to be supportive, worried that they're too busy, you know. So those are all the things that I like to try to make sure that I work into my different posts. So my follow-ups, I don't usually get somebody that I'll follow up with and say, hey girl, I just want to let you know I got one spot left on my team. Are you ready to get started? You know, I don't get them to sign up from that. That's just something to make them remember that they were talking to me. They're interested in what I'm offering. Usually the distributors that I'm signing up are coming to me because they're, you know, I've kept myself in front of them for long enough to where they just reach out to me when they're ready.
And I think one thing that you guys will notice if you're watching Sarah and Ashley's posts, and most of the people that are really successful in this business, they're not posting generic life posts. Like Sarah said, like she's posting stuff that's like heartfelt and that she's writing. Like she's not going to other people's pages and copying and pasting their posts. Ashley's not going to other people's pages and copying and pasting their life posts. And I know for me too, like when I started writing my own life posts about my struggles before this business and what this business is doing for me, that's when people started reaching out to me. When I was posting about how I was living on $187 in food stamps every month, and that's less than $50 a week to buy groceries. And now I can go to the grocery store and we can go drop $200 for the week to feed our family and not be stressed out about it. Like that, people relate to that. So I think that's a really important thing with when you're posting and trying to reach out to your audience. You have to talk about your struggles so that they can relate to what's going on. And, you know, everyone's struggling. Like, I don't know anyone that's not struggling, even with this business. Like, there's still struggles that happen. So just talking about that. And, like, we've all had that time that you had to go, you know, pay for something with change. Like everyone's had that time where they had to do that once. You can talk about that. One of the Diamonds was talking about that yesterday in the chat. She had all the girls go post about the last time that they had to, you know, put change together to pay for something, and talk about like how that felt and how this business is going to help them not do that. So just keep it very sincere and like not just copying, posting other people's posts.
Be vulnerable.
Yeah.
You can be vulnerable. That's where you'll touch their hearts.
Right. Yeah. Let people know you. I mean, me personally, like Matt and I were not in a situation where we were struggling to get by. It was more that I didn't ever want to be in a position where I struggled to get by. And we, I just saw an opportunity to make even just a little extra and not have to pick up an entire extra job to do it. And I just thought if I could make $200 a month and not have to do another job, that would be more money for me to be able to go out with friends, or more money for me to put in savings and, pay off debt over time. And it would just give us that little bit of extra security that would mean so much. So yeah, even just talking about that, because there are going to be people who join your team who are literally trying to get off of government assistance and who are straight up broke. And there are going to be people on your team who are, doing okay, but just want a little extra spending money. So you want to be able to connect to all of those people.
Yes. Okay. I'm interested to know how they both structure their days, like a general overview of what they do to work their business every day.
Well, I have 2 kids. My day looks a little different. No, my whole day is structured around my kids and what their schedules are, because one of the biggest things I wanted to be able to do when I had kids was drive them to school, because I rode the bus an hour and something each way and I hated it. So my day is waking up 30 minutes before I have to get out of bed so I can work, before I get up and get Trace ready, fed, and lunch packed, and Braylon up and fed, and then drive to school, drive home. And then I have to leave, drive Braylon to school, drive home, and then I have to leave to go pick them up. And then I have to leave to do sports or something. I swear, it's just never ending. Asia's like, I know. So my whole day is structured around kids and what their schedule is. And like I was talking about before, my priority is to work my business as well because it's for my kids. So I wake up early. I stay up late. I work whenever I'd rather be watching Friends or Grey's Anatomy or something that it requires no brain power. Playing Candy Crush. Playing Candy Crush is a real legit problem when you want to do something that you just need no thought for. You know what I mean? So you have to have that dedication to your business to work it whenever you would rather be doing something else. And in between all of that, cooking and cleaning and laundry and all the stuff that nobody wants to do. No, nobody wants to mop their floors, especially me. But you just find time to do it because that's what you need to do. What is that face, Asia? Do you like to laugh?
No, not at all, but I'm laughing because Disney is so addicted to Candy Crush.
It's
And
so
you're talking about laundry, and I'm like, I
mindless
hate
activity.
laundry so much. There's like 5 loads of laundry cleaned in my basement that I need to bring upstairs and fold.
Okay, but Jamie plays Candy Crush because it's obviously one of his priorities, right? So he prioritizes that over bringing the laundry up. You see what I'm saying?
You hear that, Jay? He's got this new paper IQ game. I'll be trying to talk to him. He'll be like, the freaking chat keeps going off and it's messing up my game and I just ran into the wall and died. And I'm like, okay, you're ridiculous. Go do some laundry. Yeah, exactly. So Sarah, and then so I asked them to do you want to know present day about this? So everyone that's on here right now is still working their full-time job or is in school full-time. So when you were working, because you had a normal 9-to-5 job when you started.
Yeah.
So how were you going about working your business every day and being successful while doing that and going to school and working on the weekends?
So I have alarms that go off on my phone because I knew, especially with having a 9-to-5, it was kind of nice because when I was still working full time, I knew what my day looked like every single day. I knew what times I was absolutely busy and could not get on my phone. And I knew when there were times that I could. So I could set an alarm for every single day. If I had to be at work at 9 a.m., I knew that I could get ready in 45 minutes and I only had to drive, 10 minutes to get to work. So I was like, okay, so I can get up at this time. I can make a post as soon as I wake up. So I set that alarm to wake up, post, and then I would follow 25 people on Instagram at the same time. And then I would go through getting ready. I would make breakfast. I would go to work, and then I would spend 5 minutes in the car before I'd go inside, and I would make another post and follow another 15 or 25 people or whatever on Instagram. And then I knew when my lunch break was, and I would have an alarm for my lunch break, and it would tell me to post and follow people. And I would do a post at lunch. And then I got an hour for lunch. So at the end of lunch, I would do another post. I'd follow people. And then when I would get home that night, I would do a post and follow people. And then I'd have another post and follow people at the end of the night before I went to bed. So that was my 6 posts a day. And then if I could get in any more than that for filler posts and interaction posts, I would do that. And then I would just spend an hour or 2 hours at night, instead of winding down, I would power hour. I would send out messages on Facebook. I would follow up with people. And that's when I would usually pull up my unfollowing app to unfollow the people who hadn't followed me the day before. And while I was doing the power hours, I would have a Jade video on in the background from YouTube, and just that way I could learn, how to do stuff better. And then on the days that I had more time, I did more. I followed more people. I messaged more people. And it was hard some days. I mean, there were plenty of days that I would get home on a Friday night after working 9 to 5 at one job and, 5 to midnight at the other job. And I would just want to pass out. Like, I was tired. I was exhausted. But when I felt that way, it was kind of like a reminder of exactly why I joined the business. And it was like, no, I need to work. I need to do something because I don't want this to be my Friday night for the rest of my life. And it was kind of my motivation to make sure that I did something, whether it was, sit there and do a power hour for 30 minutes or an hour and watch a YouTube video.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Roy. He's like dancing in the background while he's cooking dinner. Oh, he's got his headphones in. I'm like, what is he doing?
I want to point out, not about Roy, as you said his name was. That's nice dance moves, but no, I think that busier people just do better in this business and anything because you have a schedule and you just do better. Like, okay, so I'm on a schedule all the time. The kids had spring break off all week last week, okay? I feel like I got a lot less done with nothing to do than I get done when I have everything to do because you're just like, what do I do now? When you're just at home doing nothing. I sent Joey back to work. He needed no. I sent him back to work because I was like, you need to go do something. And I need to be able to work at home.
Like last summer, I got way less done when the kids were home.
It's so hard.
I really didn't have to leave the house if I didn't want to.
And it sounds like people think they have to stay home to make this work and spend hours on. No, I'm promising you the people that are working that fit it in their schedule, they do better than people who stay at home all day, I promise. I don't even understand it.
I agree with that. Do either of you have any specific criteria that you look for in a potential distributor?
I mean, I don't think any certain person is going to do better than the other. I'm obviously not going to pursue someone who posts like nasty things. I'm just going to say nasty things. Or if their selfies are super awkward. Some people you can help their selfie game, but some people you just can't. So, I mean.
The double chin selfie.
Joey's saying what I'm thinking.
That's what Jamie does. It's fine.
Look at every grandpa's profile picture, and you'll have exactly what she's talking about.
I don't pursue that type. I just don't. I like to pursue people. For me, mostly moms because they get me, and I get them. But oh my gosh, go away! So I'm doing a training.
This is why she sent me back to work.
Is there any laundry?
I actually just put some in.
He just put some in, but to be fair, it was 2 pairs of shorts and a shirt for him to go work out tomorrow or something.
It was my gym.
So he washed 3 things.
Oh, and my work clothes. Don't forget about those.
You didn't put those in.
I did too.
Oh, I just told you I was going to do those tomorrow with the rest of the laundry.
Too late.
You're messing up my flow.
Well, see, do laundry. You're messing up my flow.
Go away.
Oh my god.
Sarah, what's your advice? What do you pursue a certain type?
Smelly people.
No,
Yeah.
Basically, like if I add somebody and I look at their post and I'm like, ugh, I don't think I would like you as a person, then I don't let them, like I unfriend them and I don't continue following up with them or anything like that. That's pretty much my criteria. And like if I'm trying to get followers on Instagram or friends on Facebook, I usually try to look at their profile and I just want someone who's over 18, pretty, a girl, and seems relatively normal.
And speaks English.
Yeah. English
that
is
pretty
important.
much sums it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that too. Like if I look at someone's profile and like I've never hang out with you in real life, I'm probably not going to message them. Like if they're like posting pictures of smoking blunts and
Yeah, I just don't
alcohol out of, you know, what are those bottles? 40s, drinking 40s. Probably not gonna message you.
I'm a super introvert, so I wouldn't hang out with a lot of people, but I might that looks like a lot of fun. I can't do it. I'm just too scared.
Okay. How many days do you wait until you reach back out to a potential distributor when they say they want to think about it?
1.
Yeah. Not long. And just keep it simple. Hey, did you have any more questions? Like, you just want to get the
ask a question.
Huh?
I always ask a question when I message someone again, so they like feel like they have to answer.
Right.
Okay.
Don't wait.
Short and sweet. Where do you get most of your leads from, Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Yeah, for me, the easiest to grow organically is Instagram. Facebook takes a lot more time. People are so much more hesitant to like accept your friend requests on Facebook or
Gabby, put that down.
Yeah, feel connected to you on Facebook, where Instagram, I feel like, I don't pay attention that much on Instagram, but I mean, I've followed some people and within a couple of days reached out to them and they're like, what are you reaching out to me about? This is interesting. So I just get much better results on Instagram.
Jamie, if we can just talk about this, because I can like add 50 friends on Facebook one day and maybe 5 people will accept my friend request. Jamie started with maybe like 900 Facebook friends. He has like 3,700. Everyone accepts his friend request, and then I'll add the same people he added.
A man?
And they don't accept me. And it's all hot girls. So then I tag him and everything so that when they like the picture, then I add them as a friend and then I'll message them. But all these people, like, he's like constant. I mean, I have to go through because I filter like the messages so it's easier to follow up on Fridays. And every day I'm going through and I'm like archiving all the things that are like, you are now connected to so-and-so on Messenger. He gets so many Facebook friends. I'm like, people don't add me back on Facebook. And you're a guy.
I know it. It makes no sense. It's so funny.
It makes no sense.
I took everything that works like out of my profile. So like it doesn't say the Ambassador Diamond Leader or anything. And then like my pictures are regular, but I'm public. So they can just scroll through and see right there what I'm doing. But it's blowing my mind that they're accepting a man's friend request without thinking about it.
And I don't know if because like his name is Jamie and like maybe there's girls named Jamie and then it's like me and him in the profile picture and it's like us and our kids in the cover photo. But like I'll add the same girls and they don't accept me.
That's really
like,
funny.
Well,
his name's Asia.
He's taken and he has 3 kids. So if that's why you're accepting his request, you can just carry on.
Whatever. It's working out.
I know. So I'm like, whatever. So I just started, friending his friends because he has so many. But I agree. I get way more people from Instagram too. They're just like where I've built most of my business. I think Facebook used to be the jam like a few years ago, but Instagram's just so big now. Like everyone has it. After a new DT enrolls, I've been sending standard life posts. I tag them in how to make one themselves, but they're not taking the effort to make them. How do you get your DTs to understand the importance of this? I think just posting in general. Like I think the girl that's asking this, she's been like having issues with her new distributors, just like posting in general. Like I don't.
Well, I tend to think it's luck of the draw. I don't think there's any way to make someone post or post consistently. Like you just enroll, and then eventually, Braylon, stop yelling. Sorry. You enroll, and eventually you'll come across someone who just gets it. And some people just don't, and they're just lazy. I don't know. Maybe Sarah thinks something else. Sarah, what do you think?
Well, so when I enroll a new distributor, I give them one post to announce that they're a distributor, and then I add them to the post for customers page. And that is the last post that I ever make for them. Like, I don't make posts for my distributors. I don't reach out to them and say, hey, it's time to post again. Like, I give them the tools that they need. And I say this, I added you to the post for customers page. If you get stuck on what to post about the products, go there. There's lots of great stuff to use, or look at my posts. Look at Jade's. I give them a couple of examples of people to follow. And I just explain, we post over and over throughout the day because that's what shows people what the products are doing. And that's what shows people what the business can do for them. And, you can message all day long, but if you're not posting, you're just not going to get the results. And I give them that nugget, and then it's up to them if they want to actually listen to me and take my advice, or if they want to be like, nope, I don't think that that's going to work. I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to post, or whatever they work up in their minds and they don't do it. And then usually they'll reach out to me and be like, I'm not getting any customers, and I don't know what's going on. And then I look at their page and I say, well, you haven't posted about It Works in 3 weeks. So what's going on? And then we just figure out, okay, are you not knowing what to post? Are you not remembering to post? Are you worried about posting? And then we can kind of go through that together. But I don't hunt people down and say, why aren't you posting? I mean, it's up to them. I told them why they need to, and they either do it or they don't.
I wish that we had like magic answers for making people work, because we'd all be like bajillionaires by now.
No, I know, right? So, like, Sarah, you enroll, like you said, like an average of like 15 distributors a month. So out of those 15, I mean, how many really take off and like start going out and like really, just jumping right in?
It's probably like a third of the people that I enroll do really well right out of the gate. A third of them take a couple of weeks to kind of find their groove, and a third just never do
anything.
That face.
Just blows my mind.
What's going on? Okay. Jamie, stop making the chat go off. You're interrupting my flow. I'm going to run into a wall. Okay, while we're on the subject of life posts. Okay, so she wants to know, what did you do for life posts in the beginning, Sarah? She said, I really struggle with those because my boyfriend and I both have decent jobs and we don't have any kids.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, you want to be relatable. You just want to share your story. That you joined for a reason. It may not be that you are completely broke and struggling and wanting to be a stay-at-home mom. So you just post about why you joined, and there's going to be people who are like you out there who are going to connect with you and are going to want to be a part of this. So for me, I was just posting like, I joined this business because I wanted to make an extra $200 a month, because that meant security, that meant cushion for us, that meant, I could eat out a couple of nights a week and not have to feel guilty about it. It meant paying down debt faster. And I just talked about how awesome the business was, how much fun I was having, how amazing our team was, all the incredible support that we get. And then I started casting that vision for where I wanted to be. So I said that I may have joined for $200 a month, but that by 3 months from now, I'm going to be a diamond leader making $2,000 a month, and I'm going to be doing it from my phone, and that I'm looking for people who want to do this with me and be able to do something like that too. And just doing that over and over and over and over again is what got people interested.
And I think that goes back to like what we were saying about like being sincere in your posts and talking about like what you want this, what this business is going to do for you, for whatever reason you joined. Like I didn't join to be, when I started, I didn't start to be a work from home mom of 3 kids, I joined because I didn't want to stress out about paying my car payment every month. And I was starting my career as a hairdresser and working on building up a clientele and like hair was my life and that's what I was going to do. And then I met Jamie and then my why completely changed. So now I talk about that. But even when I talk about when I joined, I joined to make an extra $333 a month. So I didn't have to stress out about that car payment every month. And then I met Jamie and I became a stepmom to 3 kids. And then this business became more important to me because I wanted that security for our family. So I feel like your whys are always going to change. Like there's like Sarah and Matt are having a baby now. So, now, her why is to do this so that she can stay at home and raise him. And, Matt can, be home too. And, I feel like it's always like changing. And I think that will just like happen as you go through life and life happens. So, Ashley, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but how do you balance being a mom and working your business? I find it difficult sometimes because I have 2 children myself who feel the need to always want me in their presence.
Congratulations, your kids love you. I don't know who said this. Well, your kids come first. Your kids have to come first. So you have to know, I need to give my kids this attention they need for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to tell my kids, hey, I have to work. I'm working for you. Tell them I'm doing this for you. And then take your time to work your business and then take time for your kids and back and forth. You have to take time for your kids, but you have to take time for your business. So it comes back down to priorities. What's your priority and how are you going to make that work? When my kids need me, I'm there. And then when they don't, I'm working my business. Braylon's over here playing.
I hear her.
She's over there on the other side of Joey playing. She doesn't need me right now. If I wasn't on here, I'd be working. She's fine. Like, instead of taking the 5 or 10 minutes that you have when they don't need you to, like, watch a video or, like, watch movies. I don't know what people do. Take that 10 minutes and do your business first, right? So I was talking to someone the other day about, they were talking about their time and how they feel like they're not keeping up with things. And it's like, get one task done before you do the next. So, like, play with your kids, then they're fine. And then you're like, I need to do laundry. But you have to be like, first, I'm going to make a post. I'm going to follow 50 people. And then I'm going to message 10 people. And then go do what you need to do. So that way you're making sure you get all of what you need to get in.
Now, Ashley, how old were your kids when you started? Did you have both of your kids already?
Yeah. Trace.
Little.
Jesus. Okay, Trace had just turned 4. Yeah, and Braylon was 6 months old. And she was the worst baby. Sorry, Sarah. I don't wish this on you. She was the worst. I was nursing. She nursed, oh my gosh, like 20 times a day. I mean, she's just attached to me, okay? Nobody could look at her. Nobody could hold her. You can't watch her. You can't hold her. She wouldn't go. She would literally freak out. She wouldn't accept bottles. She didn't take binkies. She would throw up if you put any other nipple in her mouth, legitimately, that dramatic. She did not sleep. She did not sleep until she was 14 months old. She was up all night long.
Look at Sarah's face.
She was so testing. She was exhausting. I used to stay up at night for 3 hours trying to get her to sleep. Like, I would be bawling my eyes out because I'm like, go to sleep, child. My first baby was so good. Okay, this is not part of what you're asking. Okay. High maintenance. And I used every time I was nursing. So if you're nursing, use that time. If you're bottle feeding, use that time. Every time I was holding her, I was posting, I was following, and I was following up. I was just doing these things over and over and over again. I mean, what else am I supposed to do with a baby that's attached to my boob all day? What else are you supposed to do? Before I started this business, I played Candy Crush every time. Then I started, and I converted that to working.
Okay, yeah, because I know, like, a couple of the girls on here, they have younger kids. One of them has, like, 2 kids under the age of 2 or 3, I think. How old are your kids, Amy? They're under 3, right? Both under 3, yeah. So they're both, okay, so she has 2 under 2. So, they're
it's exhausting.
And then
he's like, 2, and then the other one's 9 months.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
And then I have an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, the 8-year-old's probably pretty easy though, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
she's worse.
Oh, it's a girl. Thanks.
Like Logan's screaming right now while we're Zooming. So like I know her days of, hi Logan, must be, like stressful. So trying to, work your business while your kids are both hanging on to you.
I would have one beside me and one on my boob, and then my phone's like this, and I'm like, and I just take pictures of it. People just freaking love little babies.
Did you ever feel guilty for not paying attention to them while they're like on top of you because you're on your phone? I think that's something that a lot of the moms on our team struggle with, is like a feeling of guilt. Like I could be hanging out, sitting on the floor right now playing with my babies, but I really need to work my business. And how do I not feel guilty about working my business when my babies want me?
Okay, well, I mean, your kids are just gonna want you all the time, and that's okay. And take time. Like I said before, take time for your kids. Never ever put them on the back burner. Your kids are your number one. Okay, I'll be the first to say that. But when they're not hanging on you, you're working. And even if they are, and you're trying to work and they're crawling all over you, like you just do it, and you don't have to feel guilty about it. They're tiny. They are not going to remember this. Okay, they would remember you being gone at work before they're going to remember you working on your phone when they're 2 and 8 months old, or however old, your kids, whoever else is going to watch this, however old your kids are. They're not going to remember that. They're going to remember that you were home to take care of them when they were sick, that you were home to kiss their boo-boos, that you were there making them dinner, taking them to school. They're not going to think, oh, I think I was trying to play Power Rangers with her, but she was too busy on a Zoom and she just wouldn't play with me. Like they're going to forget about that, and they're going to go find something else to do. So take the time when your kids need it, and take the time for your business, and don't feel guilty about it. We're not stay-at-home moms. We're work-at-home moms. We have to make that a priority. We just have to figure it out.
Perfect.
Sarah, I feel like you and I are a good complement of each other on this Zoom. Well, except for in any second now, you're going to have a baby. But you'll really understand this. But right now, we're a really good complement of each other.
How do you go about getting your team pumped up? I have girls that are super quiet and don't utilize our team chats, and I would love to have them interact more. And now not only are these girls not using the team chats or being interactive, they're not really doing much.
Well, I just think that those people just aren't working. And I don't know, you can't make someone work. If it's just about them being, I don't know. I feel like when you start this business and you just jump in and form these friendships and be in the chats and talking and loving it, you're just going to do so much better. But you can't, please stop yelling. But you cannot somebody, I don't know why I chose to do this here. You cannot make somebody want to be a part of things and form friendships and find the excitement. You can't make them do that. I mean, to pump my team up, shout outs, personal messages, praise every little accomplishment, whether it's getting their 2 posts in the day, praise it and be like, I like to get 6, but I think 2 is a great start, praise them. But basically, if they're not working, don't spend all of your time and energy trying to force people to work. Just use that energy to enroll more. People that get it, get it. You guys are on here because you get it on your own, not because somebody's dragging you along.
Touche.
Trace, get off of me.
Sarah, do you have anything to add to that?
Not really. That's pretty much the same. Yeah. Just edify the people who are working. And then if somebody, don't only rely on the group chat as that being your only mode of communication with your team, because there are going to be some people who just don't feel comfortable saying yeah, I have questions on my executive chart. Can you help me? Or I'm struggling with this. They might need a personal conversation, but if they're not working their business, they're not posting, they're not messaging people, they're not interactive in the group chat, and they're not talking to me outside of the group chat, then I just consider them not working and I move on.
Okay. I've had a couple girls sign up and then they go MIA. Do you continue to reach out to them every month to see if they're ready to go or just leave them alone? They haven't canceled their account.
Sarah, you go. You enroll so many people. What do you say? What do you do?
Do you want me to shut the door, honey?
So for the first, like, I don't know, the first few days I try to really be right there with people and helping them through stuff. But yeah, if they sign up and I get like 2 or 3 times that I message them going unanswered, then I'm just like, okay, whatever, I guess you don't want this. And I've had people who do that, and it's either, sometimes it's they got busy, sometimes it's they got scared. And I just let them go. I move on. I do my own thing. And, you know, sometimes they'll message me 6 months later and go, hey, I'm really sorry that I signed up and I did nothing with this, but I'm really ready to give it another go. And then they come back in. But I mean, a lot of them just, they get in and they get scared and they bail, and there's nothing we can do about that.
There's one thing you said one time. I asked a question like something like this in the Diamonds chat, and you were like, DTs are PDTs that spent the $99, and sometimes they need to just keep watching for a little while longer before they're ready to jump in.
Yeah, that's exactly true, because our life posts are meant to inspire people to join as much as they are to inspire our teams as well. So yeah, a distributor, they might sign up, but it doesn't mean that they're like all in and ready to go. They still have those same fears and doubts and everything.
Ashley, do you want to add anything to that? No, she's good.
No, she didn't. Not that you need my approval, but that was good. That's right. That's true. I'm yelling at children right now. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I know how that goes. What's the best way? What's the best structure for posts to grab people's attention? I think we kind of talked about this. Like, you need to be posting. Post about the products. Like, I tell the girls all the time, like, it's important to be using products yourself so that you can talk about how much you love them. And when you're making life posts, you want to be inspiring people. I mean, I think we pretty much like covered that earlier when we talked about the life posts and stuff. If you have somebody interested and they stop responding to you, what's a good length to wait in between messaging them again? And how many times do you message them as far as follow-ups go?
Oh, why do you take that off? Well, why did you take
She has the cutest voice.
I know, she's such a little girl. She's going to say hi again.
Okay.
Say hi, Sam. Go night-night.
You going tonight?
You gonna eat your snack and go night-night?
I want a snack. What do you got for me? Oh, goldfish.
They deserve their own food group.
Art for kids.
Go ahead. Okay. So, how long do you wait when they start ignoring you? Well, like we talked about with distributors earlier, like a day. I mean, customers, it kind of depends on where the conversation was going. Like, if they were, like, super interested, asking a lot, and then they just stop answering, then you just say, does that make sense? Do you have more questions? Were you still interested? Like, just something super simple, a question, like you said, to get them to answer again. And how many times do you follow up? I mean,
Until they block you.
21 times to sign up, so.
I follow up with people until they block me.
Right.
Or order or enroll.
Right, and I mean, even if you spread it out a little longer, instead of following up every week, do every 2, 3, 4, whatever. But just keep going. Why not? I like how Sarah said earlier that she doesn't put emotion into follow-up. She's just trying to talk to people. I think that that's actually makes a lot of sense, because if you put too much emotion into it and then you're like these people are ignoring me, and then you're just feeling like crap. And then the secret, you're just attracting crap to come back to you. Like, just put it out there so you can message people and talk to people. Sorry, I'm eating goldfish. It was really bad timing.
It's fine. I was eating pizza when we started. Whatever.
Right.
Let's see. Whoa. Stop messaging.
Are you trying to get in the video?
Okay, the best way for getting DTs. Okay, so do you have more, okay, what's the best way to get DTs? Like cold messaging, liking their pictures first, messaging people who liked your pictures. Do you message people that like your pictures still, or do you just message your followers?
I mostly just message followers. Yeah. I think most cold messaging questions should just go straight to Sarah. She's good at this. She's like very good at this.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know what my strengths and weaknesses are, you guys. I'm okay like accepting them.
Yeah, I just cold message, and there's really no like trick. It's just about doing this stuff consistently and with enough passion and confidence, and for long enough. And people come around, you know, on their own time. But the more seeds you plant, the better off you're going to be.
Now, like, Marissa, when you asked this, did you mean like when you said liking pics first? Did you mean like unmute yourself? What did you mean?
I meant like, would you want to build a relationship with them first before you go in and ask them to buy your products or the
my building a relationship is liking posts and them being able to see my posts. I do not message to chit chat because me personally, like, I know why I'm messaging them. I'm messaging them about the products. I'm messaging them about the business. I've had somebody from other businesses reach out to me and like pretend like they're interested in my life and then bring up the business. I'm like, you jerk, you don't care about me at all. You were just trying to get a sale and you've like wasted 15 minutes of my life chit-chatting with me. So that's how I see it. But like before I send a cold message, I'll go to their page and I'll like a couple of pictures. That way it's not totally out of the blue. But that is as far as I go into like making sure that I have a relationship established.
Okay, perfect. How do you message daily? So she said, so Asia messages 10 people an hour. So I message 10 people an hour so that I don't get like blocked because I'm nervous to get blocked on Instagram. But do you send out your messages in a power hour, or do you message a certain amount of people like every hour or two throughout the day? How do you go about doing your messages?
I have alarms still to remind me to post and follow people, and it's just sending like 15 direct messages every time an alarm goes off.
How many do you have set a day?
I do 9 now to remind me to do. It's 3 product posts, 3 business posts, and 3 filler/interaction posts. And every time I do a post, I send 10 or 15 direct messages. But I've also made sure that I'm growing my audience so much that I don't run out of people to message.
Right. Do you start down at like the bottom of your followers list when you're messaging on Instagram? So you're messaging the people that have been following you the longest? Or do you message people that are on your feed? Like, how do you do that?
I do for my feed because I get more people responding because I know that they're like online right then. And then the same thing messaging on Facebook. Like you can pull up the Messenger app and look at who's active now and message from there. That's my criteria.
Do any of you guys go out and blitz people? Like out in public blitzing? like out. Ashley doesn't.
Hey, no yelling. I don't go out on a trip specifically to blitz. No, but while I'm out, I will blitz. Yes.
You do? I wouldn't picture you to be a blitzer.
It makes me want to poop my pants. It is just
Well,
scary.
what she actually asked, I should just read her question. I want to know, is blitzing something they advise, and does it actually work in growing your business?
Oh, well, yes, I do advise blitzing, and yes, I do know that it works. I mean, look,
on the grounds, kids.
was Gabby just eating that?
Yeah.
Who wants the spanking first? Teresa, I do think it
Throwing
works.
them right under the bus.
Bad brother. Gabby, were you eating snacks? Those aren't yours. You should see his face. He's like,
That's
look at all like the first big, the first big distributors, like the first ambassadors and stuff. How do you think they got there? It was not from social media. Heck no, it was from going out there, talking to people, blitzing people. And I honestly think you'll probably find more people blitzing that have never heard of the company than you will on social media. Because social media, they see it everywhere. Out in the real world, people, they're not on their phone. I don't know. I just think that you have better chances of finding someone who doesn't know in the real world.
Well, and also, so like there's a good way to blitz, just like there's a good way to cold message. Like, don't send out 50 messages that say, have you tried that crazy rap thing, to people who aren't, and like, don't send that message at all. Definitely don't send it to people who aren't following you or aren't friends with you. And like, don't go to Walmart and hide some blitz cards by diapers or like in the gas pump. Don't walk up to somebody and say, have you tried that crazy rap thing, and shove a blitz card in their face. Like, what made me realize, I didn't realize that blitzing could be something simple like sitting next to somebody at the nail salon and getting a pedicure and asking them their name, asking them what they do for a living, asking them if they have any kids, because what they're going to do is they're going to ask you those same questions back. You're going to be able to talk about It Works. I wear It Works shirts everywhere I go, and people will ask us about it. And you just end up having a conversation with them and building a relationship that way. And I mean, Matt is definitely the bigger blitzer out of us. Like, we'll be coming back from conference, and he'll ask somebody like, oh, why are you getting on this flight? Are you like, do you live where this flight is going? And they'll ask us back, and he'll say, well, what were you doing in Florida? And they'll say, and then they'll ask what we're doing there. And we'll say, oh, we were here for an It Works conference. And we start talking to them about what It Works is, and we pull out product catalogs and chat with them. That's blitzing. It doesn't have to be this super direct, awkward thing.
For sure. All right.
And that's better blitzing, better than just giving someone, I think it's almost better just to have a conversation and friend them on Facebook than it is to ever hand them a blitz card.
Yeah. I don't even buy blitz cards anymore. I buy product catalogs and then I just add people as friends on Facebook or get their info.
Yeah. What did Carrie call it at conference? A ninja blitz?
Yeah, where she was like,
I used to ninja blitz, like just leave blitz cards.
Did it work?
Nobody calls you.
Right.
Exactly. They just don't give a crap. They went in the garbage. How do you, when you do live videos, like, do you do like them at a specific time when you go live on your page? Do you think like doing it at a certain time of the day is better than a different time?
Did you ask somebody specific this? I was talking to
No,
kids.
she just said,
Okay.
how do you go about live Facebook live videos, and when's a good time to start those?
Well, I'm not great at those.
Me neither.
Because I look like a hobo 24/7.
Me too.
I never get ready, and I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody wants to see this face. But I think always things at night are better when people are home. I'm sorry, Trace loves the camera. He's trying to get in it.
He is so funny right now.
Discreet back there.
He's trying to be. He's the class clown. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But I think nighttime's always better just because people are online. They're not at work. Things like that. You're not being fun anymore. Pick your trash up and throw it away. And I think catchy titles are really important. Like Tara Allred, she's a triple, and she did something today, a live, and the caption was something about poop. It was
About poop?
Yeah, it was about poop. And people are going to click on that. They're going to be like, what is this girl talking about? And they're going to watch it.
What was she talking about? The regular?
Well, she's pregnant, so I doubt she was talking about regular, but maybe she was, I don't know. I didn't even watch it because it was, I don't know, but I was like, I want to watch this video. Why is she talking about poop? But see, I know the motive behind the live video, so I'm like, do I really need to spend my time watching this video?
Yeah. Like for me with live videos, it'll usually be something that I was going to post a life post about. And then I just turn it into a live video and I just talk about it. So like if I had a conversation with somebody who said, nope, I can't join. My husband said that this is a dumb idea. And I'll do a live video about like what to do when your husband's being dumb or something like that. And then I'll just do a whole video about how like there are husbands out there who don't believe in some people, and we go for it anyway because it's not like they're right all the time, and we spend our days proving them wrong, and eventually they come around. And so yeah, I pretty much only do live videos that are life posts pretty much, or that are about the business. I don't do very many live videos about the products.
I wasn't really clear when I asked that, but I also meant when's a good time to start like in your business, because I just started like my 3rd month.
You just promoted to executive like 2 days
Did you curl your
ago.
hair for this Zoom? Because your hair looks so good.
No, I had a game today, so I just like wiped off all my makeup and this is still here. But yeah.
Well, that's lucky. No, now, why wait? Literally, what Fox Spa Cycle Pack? Why wait? Like, there's no point in like delaying it. The more people you can get watching your page and stuff now, it's only gonna better your business. Shoot, go live after this and just talk about poop.
Don't talk about poop. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. So I want to be mindful of Sarah and Ashley's time here. We've been on here for over an hour now. Did you guys get everything out of this that you were looking for? I think this is a really great training. So thank you guys so much for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. And I'll get this up on YouTube, and I'll get you guys the links if you want to have them for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'll share it with my team.
It will just be unpublished on my page. So usually when I do like any kind of trainings like this, I just put them up like so that everybody in the world can't see what we're talking about. So
I do that too.
I'll post it unpublished, and I'll get you guys the link. So thank you so much for doing this. And guys, make sure that you're on the family call at 10 o'clock because we were talking about it. Well, you guys probably heard, but if it's BOGO DT kits, I'll die. I'll be like so excited.
We'll find out soon.
Get my double chart filled. All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. Sarah, get that baby out.
That's what we're working
Good
on.
night.
Go eat some spicy food. Bye.
Bye.